Morning Show.
You know, we all are a collection of our experiences. You think about how did we get to this point in life? And Eric, I think you definitely have had the toughest upbringing, for sure.
I don't know. I mean, everybody has their own journey. That's why I've never...
What you've had to endure is just...
Well, everybody has a different story.
No child should have to go through what you went through.
Right, but plenty of people do. And for those that don't know, Eric lost both of his parents to cancer at different ages. And one was, his mother was first when he was a teen. And every single year on this date, you're going to tell everybody why this date is important and what is the message every year at this time. And if you have been affected by what Eric is saying in the past, we want to hear from you at 37530 because ultimately we always get an aftermath comment. Mm-hmm. Eric saved my life. And
it's weird.
I would have never known it.
And I've been doing this for probably 18 years almost on this show. And I do on this day because it's the day my mom passed away. So I went from yesterday, one of the best days of my life, my daughter was born 16 years ago, to today. Well, it was like 3:30 in the morning.
And I want to interrupt for a second because when Eric's daughter was born, because her birthday was yesterday, in reality, the day she was born, he talked to us the next day, which was today, the 22nd. And I remember when Eric called us from the hospital, like what an emotional...
Yeah, that's when it started.
Collision
roller coaster
it was,
of emotions.
Because it's the day his daughter is born, on the day that his mother died. He's introducing her.
She was born like at 8 at night, and then my mom passed away I think they called me at 3 in the morning. And I never got to say goodbye to her. So that's why I always never liked Martin Short, because I went to a movie with my girlfriend.
That starred Martin Short.
To star Martin Short.
And then by the time I got back, this is before cell phones. This is like early 90s.
Uh-huh.
And then I remember my girlfriend's sister came running out going, your mom's in the hospital. So I remember I went home. I called the hospital. So can I talk to my mom? It was like, it's 10:30 or 11. You can talk to her in the morning and stuff. So I never got to say I love you or.
She didn't survive the night.
No. So damn it! I didn't want to get teary-eyed. Sorry.
I mean, it still hurts. It just shows it doesn't matter how many years have passed since your parent passes away. It will always still hurt. But it's a very important message of what your mom left you guys before she passed.
I feel like there's a reason. I had to lose my parents because I could help others to get this job and to spread the word. She had breast cancer when I was 16, and they thought they got it all, but unfortunately it went to her lymph nodes up to her brain, and unfortunately she didn't make it. And I didn't know that. I was just a kid. I was 17 years old. I talked about this yesterday. I was out going to concerts. My mom was like, go have fun. Live your life. And I found out from my aunt that she wanted me just to be a kid and not worry about her. So I'm like, if I was the other way around, I'd be telling my kids every day, you guys don't have cancer. You got to be around me. You got to be here. I don't want to lose you type stuff. I know that's how I'd be. So I lost her, and that was going to be my senior year of high school. I had to start 5 days later. So that's a way to start a senior year.
Yeah.
And when I lost her to breast cancer, which obviously now if she had what she had then, she would have been fine.
Treatable.
Totally
Treatable.
Survivable.
Mammograms. Hello. You get checked out. Ladies, get checked out. Please.
Did your mom not have a mammogram?
They never did. She didn't do that stuff. We lived on a farm. Mm-hmm. We didn't have much money. But when you're a farmer, you have your own insurance, so the deductible is probably crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, in our town, we had to go like an hour and a half to Chicago, or we had to go to the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. Okay. I believe that's where she had to go once. So it was just not easy. But now there's no excuse. There's no excuse then. And I just get so mad. I'm not mad at, it's weird because I'm mad at them, but I love them. I'm mad because they left me alone. I had nobody. I had my sisters, but they were in their life.
And they're older than you.
And then I also give love to my dad because on September 6th, 7 years later, he passed away. So I was 25 when he died of colon cancer. Once again, he's like, I remember I'm like, Dad, did you have symptoms? Like, yeah, I didn't go to the bathroom for a month. What the
Oh,
you
my.
don't go to the bathroom for a month?
Oh, my God.
Don't you think there's a problem? And then the other thing is diverticulitis or something, whatever there's something.
Yeah. Diverticulitis.
And then they went to the surgery, and then they cut him open, and they said it was like a shotgun shell. Just
the cancer.
The BBs just spread everywhere in there. They sewed him back up in March, and he passed away September.
How old were your parents?
Like 43 and 55.
Oh, my God.
Both were preventable, though. It's like,
so Eric's
so
message
frustrating.
Every year
So please,
is...
everybody, don't put it off. Get checked out. If you don't do it for you, do it for your kids. If you have kids, even if you don't have kids, do it for a family member. Maybe there's a niece or nephew you love being around. Why would you, with the technology? We live in Houston.
Right.
This city is unbelievable. The people that work at the medical center, we've all met them. Ryan, you've had cancer twice. You've talked so much about the cancer center, without everyone helping you out. And now we hear stories every day. This city is incredible. There's no excuse. So please, if you hear my voice right now, call your doctor, get a checkup. I have to go get my colonoscopy. I had to go back. It used to be 5 years. Now it's 3 years because they found some stuff in there that is precancerous.
Okay.
That they got.
But you know it because you've been getting colonoscopies.
Like if I would have waited,
what you're doing.
And I started going like when I moved here.
Yeah,
so 21 years ago, I started doing it because of the history. And I know they keep lowering it. It used to be like, when you're over 50, then you can get a colonoscopy or something.
But if it runs in the family, you especially have to get checked.
So please, if you're listening to me, get a checkup. Also, yesterday, my daughter, Ava, my youngest, she was asking me, she's like, man, Dad, because I told her, hey, tomorrow's your grandma's anniversary when she passed away, is many years ago. And she's like, man, how did you handle that, Dad? I don't know how you could handle that. I could not deal with that, to lose you guys. And then I started thinking, I don't think I've dealt with it yet. I'm a grown man, and I still haven't dealt with that. And maybe I need therapy for that. But
it's not a bad
I just
thing
grew up,
to do.
I just work my butt off every day. I just put those things out of my mind. And that's why you guys always say, Eric, sometimes you explode.
No,
So maybe maybe I'm looking for an explosion someday. I don't know.
Okay, well, let me reset
I just love
for those just tuning in.
I love my family, my kids. This is why I'm doing it, because this day is when my mom passed away many years ago. It's crazy to think that my daughter's 16, my oldest daughter, and she was my age when I found out my mom had breast cancer. And then, just a few months later, when I was 17, she died. And my son's 26, and I was 25 when my dad died. So if you're listening to this, please get a checkup. That's all I ask.
Because I think everybody has that feeling, and they're like, no, I don't have time for this.
You don't have a sense of your own mortality.
I never tried to go to the doctor. Something's not right. I don't have time for this. If you don't have time for this, does your family have time to? You don't want them warning you because you just put it off because you were scared. It is terrifying. Everybody's been in a position where they thought maybe something might. What do they say? The richest person in the world. You're the richest person in the world as long as you have your health. Yep. And when you find out something's up, it's better to get ahead of it than finding out when it's too late. And sometimes you just don't know, or sometimes you are blindsided. But
and this doesn't even be cancer; it could be anything, heart disease, it could be diabetes, anything. Just
don't ignore your health.
I don't know why we do that. Is it an American thing? Is it a world, just a human thing?
I think a lot of it is that most of us don't have a tremendous amount of free time. We're a hardworking nation.
And also, it's expensive to do stuff like that
all the time. They don't have the time to go ahead and focus on themselves.
And if you know it's your time to get a mammogram, or you know it's your time to get a colonoscopy, and you're like, I don't want to do that because of whatever the reason is, Eric is here to tell you, please get this done. Because every year when Eric talks about his mother passing away and just getting the message out there, inevitably we get messages later on, maybe not that same minute, but later on.
2 months later.
There's a woman that called our show randomly, not even anywhere near Grandma June's death anniversary, and she said she does not listen to this show or this station. And for some reason, when she was scanning the dials, she heard Eric's voice, and it was in that time when he was doing his little speech. She told us months later, that's when she called us, and she goes, guys, I don't know. Something about what he was saying just stuck with me. And I was like, I've been putting it off. She had colon cancer. Yep. She found out she had colon cancer, and she got through it, and she's clean now. But it was Eric's message on that random day, listening to this random radio station and these random people, that she was like, I guess I'll listen to this guy. So we know at least for sure, there's at least 7 people have reached out for sure over the last few years that said, Eric, I heard your message. I did it. I saved myself.
And that's all I care, about is saving someone out there. It's not about me. That's why I just do this once a year, because I don't want to be one of those preachy type people. I'm just a normal person that lost my parents. I grew up on a farm. I was going to be a farmer my whole life. I thought I'd work on a farm and take over my dad's business. And then I didn't think I'd be taking it over that early.
Right.
And realized this is not what I want to do.
Here's a text for you, Eric, at 37530. Eric. 37530. Eric did help me listen to my body. I got diagnosed with stage 2 thyroid cancer. My body was telling me stuff and I didn't want to listen, but thank God I did. I'm in remission now. #cancer sucks.
Yeah. F cancer.
Thank you, Eric, for sharing that.
No, I just love all you guys. Tell your parents.
I know. No,
and there's something about when you lose both parents,
stubborn.
It's final. It's like,
that's
it sucks to lose one parent, but when you lose both, and there's so many people that have it way worse than me. There's kids that are 4, 3, They don't even never met their.
Yeah, don't compare
Right,
pain. Pain is
right.
pain.
Yeah.
It's your world.
I just don't want
it's your
anyone to have pain. I love you. Everybody that listens to this show, even if you don't listen to this show, tell people.
Yeah.
Right. Tell people that you don't, it doesn't exactly great message. They don't listen to our show, but you know they didn't hear this message and you heard the message. So now you're the messenger of the message.
And since I'm getting a colonoscopy, this is our only chance we can play Kevin's song that he made for me like 15 years ago.
Oh, is
I
that
don't
you at the dance floor? By Cascade? Or is it Cascada?
Cascada.
Cascada.
Yes, but this is by Special K and Shadow.
Yeah.
Our former intern.
Get your colonoscopy.
Colonoscopy time,
I'm doing this
kids.
soon.
Lighten it up.
This is a message for all of the guys about your booty. Start spreading your thighs. It's time to get your behind checked. A colonoscopy. Time to get on your knees. Turn on the potpourri. Kill the lights. Oh no way, it's not that kind of poke. Drink your juice, cleans you out. Someone give me a smoke. Where's the nurse? Can't you watch? There's something you gotta do. Yeah, something you gotta do.
Oh, you have to do it.
Sing it, evacuate your bunghole. Affected by the smell. Why is it all liquidy? Hand me some TP, cause I really need to wipe this mess. Evacuate your bunghole. Infected by the smell. The doctor lost his wedding ring.
Oh
my God. Lunchtime. Doctor better wash his hands.
By the way, did you see the story of the guy got a colonoscopy?
No.
What?
And the doctor had hearing aids and they weren't on.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
right.
And he couldn't hear the patient. He's like, I'm still awake. I'm waking up.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
my gosh.
yes, that was crazy. And
That
by
would
the way-
happen if you go to
No,
No,
the
no,
doctor
no,
center.
no.
And when that song was created, it's because primarily when Eric would do his speech, he really focused on men because, so like Sam said, so many men are stubborn, and your dad died of colon cancer, and he was really trying to speak to the men, like, don't be scared and don't be worried about the stuff they give you that makes you evacuate your stuff.
Colonoscopy is the best. That is the
Diabetes.
best sleep you'll ever get in your life. Mm-hmm. And you feel lighter, too. I didn't want to eat any food. I'm like,
Oh, so cleaned out
it's like
now.
a nice shiny car. You didn't have to get
Oh, nice.
the new car smell. That's what my colon was like.
Ew, Eric.
From that
Shiny.
message, which I hope that you spread that message, and thank you so much, Eric, and God rest your mama's soul, Mama June.
Love you guys for giving me the time. Thank you.
And now we're
That's a
going to get
great
roasted.
message.
Get
Yeah.
roasted.
Now we're about to get attacked by
AI
ChatGPT.
is going to roast us. So Eric took a whole bunch of our pictures, gave it to ChatGPT. It spit back what it thinks about us. Is it right or is it wrong?
Oh,
We're
it's
gonna
right,
hear it next on
unfortunately.
the Roula and Ryan Show.